Okay, first of all, obviously extremely tough loss Saturday. Like I said after the game, really what stuck out to me after watching, obviously the turnovers were very tough. The third down conversions, especially the third down and long, was uncharacteristic. I will say this: I'm real proud of our players. They fought till the end, and they played extremely hard every game. I told you after the game that I'd be looking at everything to evaluate everything to try to improve us, and I've done that. There will be some tweaks this week. I'm not going to sit here right now and say exactly what they are. I don't want to incriminate us against Ole Miss. With that being said, Jarrett Stidham will be our starting quarterback. He needs to protect the football better. He understands that, but I do have confidence in him, and I think he will lead us in the right way moving forward. Looking at Ole Miss, when you look at them, I think the first thing that stands out is their offense. They've got a lot of weapons on the outside. Their quarterback can really run. He can hurt people with his feet and his arm. I think they're number 6 in the country in total offense. Defensively, Wesley McGriff, their defense coordinator, was here 2 years ago. We're very familiar with him. He has those guys playing extremely hard. They're coming off a big conference victory. I know they have some momentum as far as that goes. Few updates as far as health of our guys. Boobie Whitlow will be day to day. I'm not ready to say whether he's going to be able to play or not. Jamel Dean is day to day, and so is Marlon Davis. And so those guys, we'll hope to have them back. And this will, be game 8, and so our bodies are a little bit banged up. And so hope to have those guys back ready to go. Really, our mindset, obviously, we sat here today. The reality is we're disappointed because we wanted to have a chance to win a championship this year, and that's no longer the case. Our players are in a good spot, as good a spot as they can be mentally. I will say this: our players and our coaches are extremely close. We're in this thing together. We're going to roll up our sleeves this week. This is a big game for us, obviously, going on the road. And get a victory before we get to the off week, which the off week is right around the corner, and that'll be a good time to kind of rest up and get a good plan for the last 4 questions.
Sometimes when things are going wrong, the wheels kind of can come off of a team. How confident? It sounds like you're confident it's not.
Well, I mean, our guys are playing their guts out. Our guys are playing their guts out. We've been in every game. As a matter of fact, we had opportunities to win just about every game. And for whatever reason, we've not either seized the moment or made the play when we need to make the play. And so our guys are playing extremely hard. They're competitive, and it's just I'm not going to say the ball hadn't bounced our way, because I believe you create your own fortune and your own success. But I'm proud of our team for that, and we just need to figure out a way to take that next step to make the plays and seize the moment when we have an opportunity.
Is anything going to change with your role? Are you going to call plays or get more?
No. Chip's going to call plays, and I think Chip's done a solid job for the most part. And I've got confidence in him, and I think for the most part, a lot of our plans have been good. We've just hadn't, for whatever reason, been able to execute, especially in certain situations, and we got to do a better job in that.
And SEC Network analysts released some pretty startling numbers to me as far as the predictability of your offense, about when Chandler Cox is on the field, tight end or fullback, that you're either going rush or screen when he's on 74% of the time, and when he's off the field, it's past 91% of the time. Do you believe defenses are picking up on your predictability?
Well, every offense and every defense has tendencies, and you do your best as a coach to use those tendencies against the defense. And every week, we have off the field guys that break down our own tendencies, so we're aware of not just those, but all the others too.
Were there serious discussions about changing at quarterback? I mean, you mentioned that Jerry was going to be a starter.
No, like I told you, I think it was a good time after a tough loss like that. That as a head coach, you look at the whole picture, and we've been close, but close is not good enough, and we got to figure out a way to get over that hump. And Jarrett gives us the best chance of winning, and he's tough on himself. He knows. I mean, he knows the turnovers were tough, and he's disappointed, and he's going to fight to do everything he can to get that corrected.
Yesterday, Alan Green said that you guys have like a talk every week, kind of just going over whatever what's it like this week, I guess, and has it changed in the past few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we talk every week on Monday, and matter of fact, I'm the one that set that up and wanted to meet every Monday, and we're communicate. He's been very supportive, and we just got to get through this. I mean, the bottom line is we got to get through it, and we got to get back on track and winning. And he understands that, and I understand that.
Has anything changed with Aza's status? Is he going to redshirt this year?
No, he's not. He's not, and his role, special teams too. He'll have a chance to help us on special teams and situations, with our running back.
What's the plan then for the every down back if Booby can't go? Who's the guy that you?
Yeah, well, you see Malik really coming on now. Malik's been our third down, back. But as far as the every down back, I think you'll see it kind of by committee, as far as moving forward, and then go with a hot hand.
Gus, do you have an update on Calvin Ashley's status?
Yeah, so Calvin, last week, he's dealing with a medical issue, and we're hoping that he'll be back in the near future. The most important thing is his health.
After watching the tape and what you guys were able to do with Shivers and Schwartz, is it clear to you that you need to utilize them more, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, both of them have big playability, like you just said that they've made plays. They can really run. I think that's part of the evaluation process that I said after the game, and you look at everything. And I'm really excited about Anthony Schwartz too. You're talking about a guy that's not playing like a freshman and making big plays. Not just when you hand him the football, but just the route he ran and then turned upfield, broke a tackle, and then of course he's super fast. And then Worm, I've been very impressed with him with his attitude, his competitiveness, and both those guys have explosive big play opportunities, and you could see them with the ball in their hands a little bit more moving forward.
Gus, you didn't take C.J. Tolbert to Mississippi State. Is he going to go over this week?
Each week we'll see. You have the 70 that you can take, and strategically you look offensively, defensively, and the use of special teams. So we'll see week to week as far as the dress list.
Will there be?
Sometimes in the past I've seen coaches when the offensive line's not having a good day, just put the whole second team in and give them a chance to do that. Have you ever done that as a coach?
No, I hadn't, and we're not ready to do that now. There was some areas that we improved in Saturday up front, specifically, running the football between the tackles. We got to keep building upon that, and we will.
Any of the younger offensive linemen had a good couple weeks of practice that might be ready to step up?
There's some competition that's building. I will say that. Not ready to say anything more than that, but there is some competition that's building, and some guys that are improving.
I know you understand the pressures of being an SEC coach, this being your 6th year. Obviously, there's added pressure whenever someone gets a 7-year, $49 million contract with that. And to be 4-3 at this point, did you expect there to be a potential rebuilding year with this team?
No, I don't think anybody expected us to be where we're at. I didn't. Our players didn't. We've been close, but the reality is we are here, and you got to own that, and I own it. And our players, we will finish strong, and that's where we're at. And we're to a point now where there's no more championships, but we're going to play for Auburn. We're going to play for each other. We've got a staff and a group of players that are close, and they're going to keep fighting. And we're going to finish this thing on a positive. We're going to be as good as we can be moving forward.
To riff off what Brandon asked, I mean, it's weird to think that, you're 7 games into this contract, but I have to ask you, do you feel like you're playing for your job at this point, that you're performing for your job?
No, I feel like I'm coaching for my players for the next game. I mean, we got to finish this thing the right way. I really expect us to do. Are we disappointed? Yes, we're disappointed. I'm disappointed. Our players are disappointed. I know our fans are disappointed. But we got to get through this, and we are going to get through it. And the way you get through it is finish strong, and that's what we're going to do.
Is Ace a guy that, other than special teams and a specialty play, do you feel like you can get more out of him than just a couple plays in a game?
We could, yeah. There's a lot of good competition in the running back room right now, and so each practice has a lot to do with that, and so we'll see where that goes.
When it comes to your defense obviously having to have a defensive back sit out the first half because of that Tartary
Yeah.
penalty.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss, the way they throw the ball, how concerning is it this week after what happened last week against Tennessee's pass?
Well, I mean, Denson's one of our leaders, and he's one of our best players. Not to have him in the first half, that's a blow no matter who you're playing. But we are playing a team that's dynamic on offense, you know, and he is a leader on the field. So we'll have to do a good job with those younger guys coming in, and we'll have to have a good plan against these guys.
2 weeks ago, Fitzgerald ran the ball from quarterback position pretty well against y'all. Tomo had a pretty big week last week.
Yeah.
What's the challenge with not only a guy who can throw it deep, but also a guy who can run it? That's an area both.
Yeah, I think that you just said it. I think that's the biggest challenge. You know, if you can play one or the other, it definitely helps. But the +1 runs, and he was very effective last week, running the football in some big situations. So yeah, that's definitely concerning. You know, you've got to defend both, and when you do that, that makes it challenging.
Who slides in there for Denson being out? Would it be Peters?
Yeah, and you know, Smoke Mundy's a guy too that you know has a chance to help. Jordan Peters obviously is a guy that has experience. You know, as far as that goes with that position.
You guys look at that film against Tennessee, the 50-50 balls. What exactly happened there when you guys reviewed it?
Well, there was probably 2, maybe 3 that was put in the perfect position, and the guy made a really good play. There was a couple that our technique could have been better. You know, like I said, that's that along with really the turnovers being number 1, but then the 50-50 balls, they won the majority of them.